Have you ever looked at your credit card statement and just sighed at all the different AI tool subscriptions? What if you could build your own custom AI tools, ones that are perfectly made for you without paying a dime for them? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to dive into. How to build some seriously powerful AI apps with zero code, and yeah, for free.
No, really, just think about that for a second. What if you, and I mean you, right now, with no coding background, could create your very own personal team of smart assistants? This isn't some science fiction thing anymore. It's totally possible, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's done.
Okay, let's get right into it. But you know what? Instead of starting with the how, I want to start with the what. Let's just look at some of the incredible things you can actually build, just so you can get a taste of what's possible here.
This is where it gets really, really cool. Imagine just dropping a YouTube link into an app and boom, it spits out a full dashboard with a summary, a transcript, and even a quiz to test what you learned. Or what about creating an AI persona based on your own data and then having a live conversation with it? You could build a tool that automatically summarizes all your meeting notes, a personal tutor to help you learn Spanish, or even an app that scans boring legal contracts for you. And these aren't just ideas. These are real working apps you can build for yourself.
So you've seen the magic, right? But what's the trick? After seeing all that, you're probably wondering what super complex, expensive platform is making all this happen. Well, let's pull back the curtain. The secret behind all of this is a tool called Google AI Studio. The simplest way to think about it is like a playground where you can tell an AI what kind of app you want, and it literally just codes it for you. You don't write a single line of code. You just describe what you want in plain English. And here it is, the best part. The cost to get started, to build, to test, and to actually use these apps for yourself is zero. Nothing. You can create and run these tools for your own personal use without spending a single penny.
I absolutely love this quote from the source material because it just perfectly captures the spirit of what we're doing. See, technically, Google built this platform for developers to test out app features, but it turns out it works incredibly well as a full-on no-code app builder. It's basically a clever workaround, a life hack that gives us an insane amount of power.
So how does all this work? The best way to think about AI Studio is as a creative sandbox. It's this amazing place where you can build almost anything you can imagine, but it's really important to know the rules of the sandbox before you jump in. Okay, so on one hand, this thing is an absolute powerhouse. Your apps are running on Gemini 1.5 Pro, one of the most advanced AI models out there. It can handle text, audio, and video all at once. But, and this is super important, you have to understand the limitations. These are what we call front-end apps. Think of it like a beautiful storefront. It's everything the customer sees and interacts with. What you can't build is the back-end warehouse. So no databases to save info long-term and no direct connections to your Google Calendar or Gmail. It takes stuff in, does something smart with it, and gives you an output. And it does that part brilliantly. Now, we're getting to the most critical part of this entire thing. You've got the tool, you know the rules, but how do you actually get the AI to build what's in your head? Well, it all comes down to one thing, the prompt. This is the secret sauce. And here it is, maybe the single most important piece of advice you're going to get. Do not start with a blank page. The absolute best way to build these apps is to find an existing example that's kind of close to what you want, and then just tell the AI to change it. Trust me, it's way, way easier for the AI to tweak something that already works than to build a whole complex system from scratch. So let's break it down into a simple 4-step recipe for the perfect prompt. First, like we just said, start with a template. Second, just clearly describe what you want to do. Third, and this is a big one, be specific about the format. Tell it exactly how you want the output to look. Say things like, display the info in 3 columns of cards, or create a dashboard layout. And finally, you add the magic clauses. These are your essential guardrails. These 2 phrases, they are your absolute best friends. The first one, do not use fake data, basically tells the AI, hey, I want a real working app, not just a pretty demo. The second one, make changes without modifying the app's main functionality, is a total lifesaver. It stops the AI from accidentally breaking the whole app when you just ask it to change a color. You should use these, always. All right, so you've followed the recipe, you've prompted your way to a masterpiece, and it's working perfectly inside AI Studio. So what's next? Let's talk about the final step, taking your creation out of the sandbox and sharing it with the world. This whole process is way easier than it sounds. You just click this little rocket icon to deploy your app. Now, you do have to set up a billing account, but don't panic. Google gives you about $300 in free credits to start, and these little apps cost almost nothing to run. Once that's set up, you just hit deploy, and in a few minutes, the system gives you a live, shareable URL. Your idea is now a real tool on the internet.
And there you have it. The tool, the techniques, the entire blueprint to become your own AI developer without ever touching a line of code. We've seen that you can build everything from video dashboards to personal tutors. At this point, the only limit is really your imagination. So the only question left is, what are you going to create first?